Congratulations to the class of 2021. I want to commend all students graduating this year on their entire career in District 155. This past year stands out among the rest. It has brought unique challenges to our students, staff, and community. It has also taught us a valuable lesson on how to keep each other safe and how much quality education means to our students and families. I would like to thank all of our seniors for your hard work and perseverance throughout this year. You should be very proud of all you've been able to accomplish. I want to thank all of our District 155 parents for your patience, support, as we have worked to overcome obstacles during this global pandemic. Our work is not done. We are excited to look back at the graduates' accomplishments and celebrate together. The class of 2021 will always be remembered for the resilience and your ability to succeed in the face of adversity. We hope you will take those skills in your next chapter of your life. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Good evening, and welcome to our 2021 commencement ceremony. I am Dr. Neil Lisinski, the extremely proud principal of Cary-Grove High School. I'd like to start things today by introducing Zachary Stordahl to deliver the Pledge of Allegiance. Zach is the son of Lisa and Scott and from Cary, Illinois. During his 4 years at CG, he was involved in track and field, jazz combo, cross country, and outside of school, Zach volunteered his time with the Trojan Track and Cross Country Association. He is also a violinist in the Elgin Youth Symphony Orchestra and is a USATF National Meet qualifier for shot put, discus, and hammer throw. Next year, Zach will be studying physics at Gustavus Adolphus College. Zach would like to thank Coach Senka and his teachers, Mr. Norton and Mrs. Vandy Mortel. Please help me welcome Zachary Stordahl to the podium. Take your mask off if you'd like to. Okay. Please rise.
Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
We aren't quite done with Zach yet. Every year, the Cary-Grove staff recognizes a student with our Bates Award. The Bates Award is given to the student we feel best demonstrates the qualities of kindness, concern, and consideration for others in a very unselfish manner. This year, because of his incredible compassion and empathy and the positive impact that he has had on our students and staff, the recipient of the Cary-Grove Bates Award is Zachary Stordahl. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Well done. You can have your seat. First and foremost, I welcome all of our guests today. Parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family members, we are pleased to have you here at Cary-Grove High School for our 2021 commencement ceremony. At this time, I would also like to introduce the distinguished individuals seated near the podium today. From our Board of Education, Cary resident and board member, Mr. Tom Vaklavek. And from our district office, we welcome our district superintendent, Mr. Steve Olson. Steve has just finished authoring a book entitled Worst Year Ever to Be a Superintendent. Finally, I'd like to welcome our graduating seniors representing the class of 2021. Just want to make sure all of you are here, Zoomers and Roomers. We now welcome our Cary-Grove Band, led by director Marty Magnini, for a performance of American Fanfare by Rick Kirby. I now would like to welcome Jordan Dale to the podium. Jordan is the daughter of Susan and William Dale of Cary. In her 4 years as a Trojan, she has been the president of student council, captain of the varsity girls soccer team, and involved in NHS, Connect Crew, math team, Girls Learn International, WISE team, and French club. Outside of school, Jordan has been volunteering at Feed My Starving Children with her friends. She would like to thank Mrs. Garris for always pushing her to be her best, and Mrs. Adie for helping her discover her passion for biology. Next year, Jordan will be attending the Hutton Honors College at Indiana University to major in biology. Please help me welcome Jordan Dale to the podium.
Okay, thank you. Family, friends, faculty, and administration, good evening and welcome to Cary-Grove's graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. My name is Jordan Dale, and on behalf of my class, I would like to thank you all for being here today to celebrate such an important milestone in our lives. I don't know much at the young age of 18, like how to do taxes or something, but here's something I do know. This class of students sitting here today has a promising and bright future. Now, we haven't had the typical high school experience, as I'm sure you've noticed. Sure, as freshmen, we were lost in the hallways, scrambling to get to our classes, as we learned the H basement doesn't connect to the EE basement. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. And as sophomores, we started to find our niches here around CG by joining more clubs that piqued our interest in a search for our true passions. By junior year, we began thinking about life beyond high school and what our futures were going to look like outside the four walls of our classrooms. And in the blink of an eye, it's senior year, looking nothing like what we expected. Zoom calls have become routine, and face masks a new accessory. And yet, with every challenge, every block in the road, every time we were forced into uncomfortable and unprecedented territory, we persevered and came out with a victory. From our dedication to our academics, to our participation in sports, to our creativity in the arts, we've left our mark here. Finally, the day we've been dreaming of since the first time we watched High School Musical 3 is here. Maybe we won't get the freeze frame as we jump in the air and the closing credits roll, but the future is here. After 13 years of school, endless days hanging out with our friends, countless hours of studying, we're finally down to the last minutes of our high school careers. We made it. We're here. So thank you to the families who've supported us, the friends who've cheered us on, the coaches who've believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves, and the teachers and administrators who've helped us get to this day in one piece. Most of all, 2021 graduates, thank you for all the memories we've shared over these last 4 years, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to Jordan. I would now like to welcome District 155 Board Member Mr. Tom Vaklavek to the podium.
Thank you, Neil. It is an honor to be invited to Cary-Grove's 2021 graduation ceremony. I'll try to keep this brief. I'm an attorney, so brief means something very different to me than it does to most of you. But let me start by saying and sharing a quote from my favorite author, Kurt Vonnegut. He once wrote, All this happened, ... more or less. I think that is the perfect way to summarize your senior year. Don't you agree? Congratulations, class of 21. You survived perhaps the hardest senior year in all of our lifetimes. And you made it to the finish line. So be proud. Be proud of all that you've accomplished. You will have perhaps the most unique story to tell throughout your lifetime, not only to your friends, to your families, but also eventually to your children and grandchildren. You survived remote learning, hybrid learning, constantly changing schedules, being locked inside with perhaps your brothers or your sisters and definitely your parents. And you also survived endless Zoom meetings just so that you could attend class and get here today. You socially distanced, you kept 6 feet apart, you even wore masks, at least most of the time. Some of you have lost loved ones, cared for sick family members, or certainly know friends or family members that have lost others. And yet you endured. No one your age should have to deal with everything your class has, but you did it and you got through it. While you could have quit, or you could have cried, or even complained, you didn't. And you responded in a way that may have surprised you, but I'll bet it didn't surprise your teachers, and it certainly didn't surprise your family. Sometimes the worst things in life that happen to you can turn out to be the best thing when you overcome adversity like your class has. And while it stinks that you couldn't go to live football games or the amazing musicals that Cary-Grove puts on every year, or listen to the choir in person, or go and see comedy skits, and all the other things that you deserve to have your senior year, you still figured out a way to make it your own and to make it through and have a great senior year despite everything. And for all of that, you should be proud. Take this time to celebrate your accomplishments. Remember the good times, your friends, and all the fun you had, even in the middle of a pandemic. Things are getting better. We're getting closer and closer to getting through this. And someday, hopefully in the very near future, this will be in the rearview mirror for all of us. Who could have imagined, even 6 months ago, that we would all be sitting here watching you graduate with your friends and family in attendance? I don't know that I thought that 6 months ago, but I'm glad to be here with you all. Now that you are done, get out there and make your mark. Find something that you love and work your tail off to become the best you can be at whatever that might be. Don't be afraid to try new things. If you have learned anything from this pandemic, it is that your class is strong and you can do anything. So experiment, mix things up, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes. Try something that scares the crap out of you. Live and be alive, because that's what this pandemic has shown us we need to do. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but more importantly, listen to the answers you get. Always strive to learn, to get out there and explore, to create, and to pursue every ambition and every dream. Believe in yourself, no matter what happens, or what someone might say, or someone might think, because no one defines you but you. So go out there and laugh out loud, smile as much as you can, even if nobody can see it behind your mask. And remember that your class has had enough tears and sadness to last a lifetime. So be sure to enjoy every moment forward. We are counting on all of you to not just go back to how things were before the pandemic, but to change things for the better. The world has changed, and you and your classmates are poised to make it a better, kinder, and more responsible place, even if you have to drag us boomers kicking and screaming along with you. And remember, things are just things, and in the end, things don't really matter. So be honest, be loyal, especially to your friends, and your family, and your community. Stand up for what is right. Be sure to vote. And most importantly, be kind to each other. Because in the end, you will be remembered more for your kindness than for your accomplishments. Now I have 2 requests of each of you. First, hug your parents and tell them thank you and that you love them because you didn't get here alone. They were there from the first breath you took, and they will be there for you throughout the rest of your life as much as they can be. While you're at it, take a moment to take out a piece of paper and a pen, if you can all remember what that is, and write a note to your teacher, just one teacher, and say thank you for whatever they might have done to inspire you along the way. I promise you that will make more of a mark than anything they're going to experience during their normal course of day. Secondly, make a promise to yourself. Make a promise that nothing will stop you. Nothing will keep you from reaching your goals. You beat COVID, and you have reached the finish. Nothing is impossible if you remember that promise to yourself. So congratulations, class of 2021. You earned it. Now go wash your hands. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tom. Well said. At this moment, would the graduating members of the a cappella choir please join the rest of the a cappella choir, led by Mr. Rob Bonkoski and Mrs. Christine Hester. They will be performing The Kid Inside from Is There a Life After High School?
There's a kid inside, and I have her with me always. There's a kid inside, walking down old high school hallways.
There's a kid inside, at a desk, at a dance, in the halls, in the showers.
There's a kid inside to this very day.
And he makes a try for that hip-hop fly that I fumbled one September.
Something must that I should still remember. And she goes along, getting hurt, getting mad, fighting fights that are over. And unless I'm strong, all my senses are carried away. I can feel John's hand
My trembling hand,
on my old Angora sweater. I can hear my band, that awesome band. Only now it sounds much better. I can see the kid I used to be, on the stage, on the field, in the lunch line.
At this time, I would like to recognize a group of faculty members that will be graduating with the class of 2021 and entering retirement at the close of the school year. Science teacher, Mr. Phil Albamonte. International Studies teacher, Mrs. Becky Withers. And science teacher, Mrs. Therese Ewell. Mrs. Ewell, please stand. I also want to recognize a particular group of Trojans, a group that has made the selfless choice to serve all of us. Would all graduates wearing red, white, and blue cords today please stand, as you will be joining the armed forces following graduation. Please join me in recognizing and thanking these young men and women in advance for serving our country and preserving our freedoms. Thank you. Class of 2021. The last 4 years have gone by incredibly fast. Faster than Jenna Stayart sprinting down the soccer field, faster than a spike from Jenna Split, quicker than Kate Larry on defense or Lauren Pasalia jumping for a rebound. It has passed like a melody, sung by Kaylee Krieges or Madeline Coles. I know what a blur these past 4 years have been, because we all arrived here as freshmen at Cary-Grove together. My first year as principal was your first year as well. And because of that, your class will always hold a special place in my heart. I can still remember 4 years ago receiving my first ever Cary-Grove t-shirt that said Class of 2021 on the front. I thought to myself, man, that's a long way from now. But that day is here. And we as a school community couldn't be happier or more proud of the people that you have grown to be over the past 4 years. But like a portrait or a painting done by Jay Miller, I wish I could freeze time and continue to enjoy making memories with the class of 21. It isn't realistic, but because of what the last year has looked like, I want more memories, and I'm sure your parents do too. More fist bumps from Danny Berzina, more fastballs from Bobby Janish and Ryan Weaver, and even a little more mullet from Nate Jablonski. Insert any name from the class of 21, and I have a fond memory associated with each and every one of you. I think we can all agree that you all have endured a lot. You lost out on many experiences that generations of high school students were able to enjoy. Additionally, so much has changed in your lives since March. From remote learning and block scheduling to canceled events and modified experiences, you all have been through a lot together. But if there's anything that the past year has taught us, it's the value of relationships, human connection, and community. Many of the people who are here to support you today are the same ones that spent days with you in quarantine. The ones you gathered around the table with to play old board games. The ones that stayed up late with you, binge watching Tiger King on Netflix. And the ones that shot hoops in the driveway, played catch in the backyard, listened to you rehearse songs in the basement, and forced you to clean out the old storage room or the garage just to give you something to do other than sit on TikTok all day. Additionally, these people sitting here today will tell you it wasn't that long ago that they were changing your diapers, packing your lunches, and sending you out the door to hop on the bus for your first day of school. These relationships are what carried you through and brought you here today. And I hope you never forget the power of that connection, the power of love, and the strength of the community that helped you endure. But the class of 2021 has given us much to be proud of. So many memories to be thankful for. With over 25% of our graduates earning cum laude honors, you set records for community service despite all limitations. When tragic events occurred in our world, you engaged, you mobilized, and you came together. You proved that Cary-Grove is far more than a building where students learn. The class of 21 proved that Cary-Grove is a community, one that loves more, cares deeper, and goes farther for each other than anywhere else. Trojans, you have experienced a world extremely different from the one that you anticipated, but it is a world that desperately needs you. We are all optimistic because we know you, we've seen you in action, and we will always be here to support you. Continue to BCG. Congratulations, class of 21. Thank you. And as always, go Trojans! And now, without further delay, the moment that we've been waiting for, will the class of 2021 please rise? Members of the Board of Education, I hereby attest that all of the students before you today have met all of the requirements of Community High School District 155 and are highly recommended for graduation from Cary-Grove High School. At this time, please help me welcome our Dean of Students, Mr. Jim Kelly, and our Student Services Coordinator, Dr. Hank Harvey, to read the names of the graduates. As a reminder, we pride ourselves on having a respectful ceremony, especially with the reading of graduate names. As such, I respectfully ask everyone to refrain from clapping, shouting out, or using any noisemakers until all of the graduates have been recognized. Dean Kelly.
Giovanni Adamo, Jennifer Altpeter, Lily Anderson, Victoria Elise Anleitner, Imanol Arroyo, Anthony Bahina, Brooke Elizabeth Baker, Cayuse Bastiz, Kara Alexia Bellasiotis, Evan Martin Berghoff, Trevor John Besant, Kieran Barrage, Gavin W. Blackmore Hodzik, Gunnar R. Bohansen, Cade Michael Bame, Allie Francesca Bonet, Kayla Lynn Borg, Michaela Emily Barrowdale, Dean Bragg, Sophia C. Bro, William Sigurd Brooks, Karen May Savannah Brown, Deacon Edward Wolfgang Butler, Andrea Carroll, Rachel C. Carroll, Nicoletta Karputuk, Tristan Caleb Carter, Adriana Danielle Castro, Nicholas Robert Chapman, Katie Christina Shiakis, Stephen James Churek. Andrew William Siskey. Amanda Paige Kaufman. Fabiola Lynn Contreras. Kelly Contreras. Mark A. Cook. John Richard Crick. Michael Evan Choka. Victoria Daigle. Jordan Marie Dale. Chloe Hannah Dolan. Mary Catherine Davis. Megan Claire Davis. Joseph Eugene Davison. Tyler Michael Deal. Morgan Deschborg. Ian DeFata. Naya Janae Diorio. Colleen Marie Dupuis. Laura Therese Dupuis. Grace Ann Eggleston. Cynthia Noeme Arazo. Taylor Rose Erickson. Grace Rose Eric. Benjamin Fair. Amanda Elizabeth Finch. Kayla Lee Fires. Joshua S.A.E. Fonseca. Sophia Layla Forrest. Cody James Fossler. Anya Isabella Janeski. Alexis Goen. Eric Gonzaga. Sophia Marie Goodner. Evan Patrick Grady. Amanda Irene Granius. Jason Peter Granius. Tyler Aaron Grosso. Joella Raylyn Greeley. Michael Isaac Halprin. Lucas John Heyman. William Timothy Joseph Hammonds. Kaylee M. Hahn. Madeline Grace Hine. Alexander Dean Heineman. Hunter Jagger Heinisch. Allison Quinn Holden. Andrea C. Holden. Isaiah S. Holder. Alexander Xavier Hornbaker. Cecilia Elise Huber. Kaylee Marie Huff. Melody Janikowski. Ruby Catherine Johnson. Midori Carl Jones. Gianni Georgios Kanalakis. Joshua Bradley Kaplan. Andrea Marie Kauth. Nicholas Connor Curlin. Mark C. Knights. Caitlin E. Kutlarczyk. Kelsey Nicole Kaunick. Joseph Coy. Mason Kropfel.
Jared Lactus. Gavin Michael Lemke. Amber Marie Leone. Rachel Karen Long. Irving Luna. Michael Daniel Lupa. Stone MacArthur. Anastasia Jacinda Magana. Sarah Elizabeth Maher. Elizabeth C. Malabanan. Joshua Allen Malik. KK Malloy. Emily Brooke Marks. Clarissa Rose Mathai. Thomas Robert Mao. Abigail Marie McDonnell. Shannon Elizabeth McGarry. Sarah Renee McGee. Rebecca Bryn McKinney. Connor Matthew McKinnon. Yari Medina Juarez. Lola I. Melcher. Jennifer Marino. Joshua Michael Michelle. Kyle Michael Neenan. Eric Robert Nordine. Caitlin Josephine O'Laughlin. Casey Olson. Ayana Marie Okendo. Ashton Connor O'Rourke. Aratzi Ortega Messias. Megan Mary Pack. Jesus Padilla Calderon. Lauren Ann Pasalia. Sean Peterson. Genesis Marie Pencava. Christina Elaine Pierce. Nicholas William Pinello. Melanie Lynn Polivka. Lawanda T. Powell. Jason Joseph Pusick. Rebecca Joy Reganitter. Julia Ann Rice. Sarah Christella Richards. Anthony Travis Rico. Ethan William Rishi. Katrina Catherine Robinson. Paul Thomas Robson. Anna Urixi Rodriguez Macias. Gavin Andrew Rose. Kiara Marie Rojan. Delaney Ann Ruland. Andrew Spiros Ruth. Camden R. Saludo. Anna Kate Salas. Amanda Jane Sampson. Jacob Ryan Schaefer. Sydney Lauren Schmidt. Jacob Nathaniel Scully. Andrew D. Cepezi. Julius R. Slimko. Alexis M. Soltis. Larissa Lynn Soul. Carly Ann Split. Jason Richard Split. Jenna Marie Split. Nathan James Split. Blake Ryan Stawars. Samuel J. Steno. Zachary Martin Stoles. Zachary James Stordahl. Heather Grace Strelecki. Joseph Robert Swanson. Rachel Ashley Zafransky. David Michael Tabert. Andrew J. Talkington. Sophia Testa. Jessica Thompson. Dylan Alexander Turner. Natalie Vasquez. Ruby Vasquez. Joshua Vega Sarabia. Julia Ruth Vogt. Dylan Andrew Volbier. Peter M. Wallace. Christian Eugene Wasik. Ryan Patrick Weaver. Chloe Christine Weber. Abigail Grace Whitenack. Tristan Nathan Wiegand. Zoe R. Wiegman. Lauren Mackenzie Wiseman. Charles Wodilla. Rachel M. Wooten. Agnieszka Joanna Robleska. Michaela Kathleen Zinkel. Rebecca Ann Zorden. Jory M. Zuter. Catherine Alice Zerzolo. Yep. Oh my.
Trojans, please rise. Get those hats ready. Ladies and gentlemen, members of our Board of Education in District 155, I present to you the Cary-Grove High School graduating class of 2021. Go Trojans! Mr. Magnini, the recessional, please.